The full-size German World War I airplane, the Albatros, was really a design that was ahead of its time when it first came out. Where most of the World War I airplanes of the day were nothing more than frameworks of wood covered with canvas, the Albatros in its entire series was actually a formed plywood fuselage with canvas covered tail and wings. This gave it wonderful aerodynamics, and when it first came out in the C1 version, it outclassed everything that was on the flight line at the time. There were several variations of the Albatros that came out, starting with the C1 going all the way to the C5, and actually after World War II as well. One of the things that set it apart from the other airplanes is that it had extremely good maneuverability, even though it might not have had as much top-end performance as some of the later models of aircraft on the French and British sides near the end of the war. One of the things that people don't recognize or know is that the famous World War I ace, Manfred von Richthofen, the Red Baron, actually got several of his air victories in an Albatros. He's forever combined and connected with the Fokker triplane, but the triplane, he only got 19 of his kills out of his total of 80. Many of his kills were in various Albatros variations. So when you think of an airplane as being iconic as the Albatros, it was that airplane itself that the Red Baron painted red for the first time. And this was actually a psychological taunt to all of his adversaries during the war. So as far as an airplane that has the respect and love of vintage airplanes, the Albatros is way up high on that scale. Well, we're here at the flying field, and today for our review airplane we're using the new E-flite Albatros. It's a beautiful World War I biplane, and just like any E-flite kit, A or F, that we've flown lately, it is just the best quality, and it's a beautifully built airplane. It comes covered with ultra coat in scale markings, red and white, for one of the World War I squadrons that were flying on the home front. The airplane is electric powered, and it has a 14.8 volt LiPo battery system. Everything in it is E-flite, and we're flying it with a JR 12X transmitter. It's a little bit of overkill, but any good 4-channel radio will do the job. The airplane is very stable, so just take off with full power and you let it climb out nice and easy. And as the airplane comes in, you want to slowly keep pulling back on the elevator until you're in a 3-point position, and it'll land almost by itself. But again, like I said, this is without any wind today. If you're intermediate to an expert pilot and you like World War I airplanes, I'm pretty sure that the E-flite Albatros is going to be on your list.